Welcome back. It's still Morning Rush on Metro Television. This morning, our second discussion is to focus on lupus. And as we mentioned earlier on, this is said, it's one disease that we hardly pay attention to. But then this morning, we have a specialist physician and also a patient living with lupus to tell us more about that. To introduce my guest is Dr. Mayo, who is a patient living with lupus and also a member of the Rheumatology Initiative. And also we have Richard Doe, who is a specialist physician at the Rheumatology Unit at Kolebu Teaching Hospital. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Good morning.
Welcome to the Morning Rush. Yeah, good to have you.
Yeah.
Good to have you too.
Okay. Doc, this is not part of it, but then I'll find out, how long have you been a doctor?
Oh, okay. Long enough to know about lupus. And to know lupus very well.
Okay. It's a field that I admire people in, as in being a doctor. Yeah, because in school when you have to study science, it's a whole lot. And
why you wanted to be a doctor?
If I had the opportunity. Yeah. But then this morning we are talking about lupus. For me, the only thing I hear is that it affects women more than men. That's one thing I don't understand. Okay. So we can start the discussion from there, then we'll delve into what it is and other things.
Yeah. So lupus is actually a short name for a long word.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So the long word is systemic lupus erythematosus. But maybe so you say that lupus is the middle name for a long name.
Oh, okay.
But we all call it lupus, and everyone understands when you say lupus.
Yeah.
It is a systemic disease. It is an autoimmune disease, and it's a chronic disease as well.
Okay.
So when we say systemic disease, it means it can affect all systems from head to toe. Okay. It can affect your brain, it can affect your heart, kidneys, the skin, your joints. It doesn't leave anything out. And it is an autoimmune disease, meaning your own immune system. Everybody will have an immune system that protects us, that tries to fight anything that it sees as untoward. But with people with lupus, something had gone wrong, and it tends to make their own immune system attack their system.
So that your immune system is attacking its immune system.
Its own body.
Its own body.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like our internal police fighting us.
Okay.
Instead of protecting
us.
How is that possible?
Yeah. So it's actually a combination of genetic and environmental factors.
Okay.
So it's just like how if you are going to be bald, as you grow, one day you turn bald. And if you ask me how did it become possible that you became bald, it's within your genes. Okay? So as it comes up, it comes up. If you're a female, you grow. As you grow, you get to a point where you develop mammary glands. If you ask me, how did it come by? What we may know is that she's a female.
Yeah.
But it comes. So it's within you, and then with time, it comes on. So if you like, it's like your biological clock, and then it's time to be switched on. And we believe that there's also environmental factors. If you're exposed, if you have the risk and you're exposed to excessive sun exposure, you could get a lot of what we call photosensitive rashes, which could give you skin rash. And most people, when they get a skin rash, comes. But we must say that because it's an autoimmune disease, it affects so many organs and everything. And so diagnosing this is always difficult. And most people tend to miss it. And that is why we want to create so much awareness about it and make noise. And she rightly said, most people don't talk about lupus, most people don't know about lupus, and it tends to affect females more than men. The reason is also still not fully known, but we believe that their hormones, estrogen, will play a major role, because that is what females have more than what men.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, to the lupus warrior, as they put it. Did you know about this, condition?
Before I was diagnosed, I've never heard of it before. Not at all. I never knew your immune system could fight your body. I've never heard it before till I was diagnosed.
So how did you, How did it happen?
Yeah.
Like, you go to the hospital one day and they just told you that?
So from secondary school, I used to get rashes.
Okay.
I went to a Brig Girls. There was always rashes. I used to come home, and I'm often sick. And the least thing I do, I get tired. So with secondary school, they were giving me cream, then it will go. But the weakness within, they treat me for malaria and other things. But when I got to the university, level 100, 2009, I had the butterfly rash. There's this rash, it has this shape.
Yeah.
And then my hair, some part of it was red, the scalp. The hair is just gone, left with the scalp. And the hair was
came off?
Yes, it just came. And even when I put my hand in my hair, I could just take my hair off. So with that symptom, it was easy for them to diagnose. So in 2009, that was the time I was diagnosed at Kolebu. Yeah, but even with that, I still didn't have much education,
much knowledge about it.
Much knowledge, and I didn't really understand what it is. But it was in 2014 that I joined the group.
Okay.
Then I understood it and realized there were a lot of people just like me who had the illness. It was at that point I really understood what lupus was.
That's a lot. That's a lot. Living with such a disease. But Doc, she didn't realize the symptoms were coming. The rash and the tiredness. What other symptoms?
Weakness in the bone.
Okay.
Even now I have gone through surgery. I've replaced my hip and my knee.
Okay.
So the joints are so weak. You can't really move about. And then I remember some time I had to go and do biopsy. They said my kidney was at stage 3 or something. So and also anemia. I always had low blood, as low as 4.7.
Then you were taking this, I've forgotten the name of that.
Totema.
Totema.
So the symptoms can be varied, as Dorcas is telling us. So we say that we tend to have non-specific symptoms.
Okay.
And these symptoms look like any other disease that you may know of.
Okay.
So if she says she has joint pain, sometimes they have fever, they have skin rash. Normally the skin rash brings them to hospital. But when they start having the joint pain, tiredness, they do something small and they get tired, most people think they are just lazy and wouldn't be able to help them.
Yeah.
Even when they have been diagnosed and they are medication, these things tend to reoccur.
Yeah.
And that is what we want the general public to really have some understanding, knowledge, and then not to call them lazy.
Yeah.
Because it's very difficult when you are suffering and people can't see, and so they think you are lazy.
Yeah.
The other symptoms is that, yes, because it affects so many systems, you may end up seeing so many other doctors before you finally get to
the right
maybe
one.
the rheumatologist to be able to manage you. So sometimes you'll be managed for malaria, typhoid fever, on and on, several. And then that would make the diagnosis delay. So we are hoping that if most people know about this disease and they will go to any health facility and they think that they tend to have recurrent symptoms, they should act. So you may have joint pains, unexplained weight loss. She mentioned about hair loss. You may finally get easy fatigability, and you may get so much anemia that you get so tired in the least thing you do. In your daily activities, you may find difficult doing.
Yeah.
So if you have to be visiting the hospital with these, and we say that if it lasts more than, 6 weeks, definitely you should think that it's chronic, and you should find a diagnosis for it. You shouldn't just say that, I always get malaria. Oh, it's my typhoid. No, there's nobody who has typhoid all the time. Typhoid is treatable. So if you are treated and it's gone, it comes again. Then we should find out why you are getting it. Luckily, if you get a skin manifestation, those ones will always bring it to hospital. So you get a classical skin lesion on the face that we describe as butterfly rash. It's normally called a malar rash. So it comes on your cheeks and it tends to be at the two places. And if that comes, you may want to come to hospital. But some people still use cosmetics and then cover it up. So please when you have that, don't do nice makeups and walk around. Come to us and let's try and then help you.
Solve the problem, yeah. Doc, let me come back to Docas. You spoke about anemia. How did it affect your monthly cycle? I thought to say monthly salary. Your I call it monthly salary.
There were times it doesn't come at all.
Menstruation doesn't come.
It doesn't come at all.
So if one has lupus, is it advisable to get pregnant? Can the person get pregnant?
All right. Yeah. So if Doctor tells you a story, you know, but she has three lovely kids. So lupus, you can live a normal life.
Okay.
What you need is to be with your physician or your healthcare provider. We need you to explain and then go according to the advice of your healthcare provider.
Okay.
So it's just like having maybe diabetes or hypertension. You'll be on medication to suppress the disease, get it under control. And when it's under control, you can't really get pregnant, your menses will come regularly, and you will live almost normal life like any other person. You would be on medications.
Okay.
And that's the only difference. So you'll be on medication and no one will know you are sick.
You're sick.
But if you don't, then the disease would really cause you much trouble.
I was just going to ask if there's a, can it be healed?
A cure, a treatment.
So currently, we manage it, we don't say we cure it.
Okay.
So the medications we have now cannot cure it because it's your own immune system.
Yeah.
So we also tweak your immune system in such a way that we suppress it, and then it would not cause the trouble that we know it causes. So you need to be on medication.
Okay.
And that is where the trouble comes for us. So the medications
They're
tend to be chronic and they are expensive. So the person is taking medication for a while, the disease is suppressed, maybe the symptoms are better, he thinks it's gone. It's not gone. Or maybe you have prayed, you have so much faith, you think it's gone. We believe that, yes, the Lord is there for all of us.
Yeah.
But the Lord also has given us wisdom to be able to come up with these medications. So you need to go according to the plan and the help of your healthcare providers. And then the disease will really be in the background and you will be able to live your normal life and have 3 lovely children.
But you mentioned it can be inherited.
Well, there is a genetic part of it. And so we believe that it runs in family.
Okay.
So it does not direct inheritance, but it runs in family. So if a family member has it, yes, you need to pay more attention if you have those symptoms that we are talking about. So if you tend to have any chronic illness that tends to reoccur, when you visit your healthcare provider, you should ask that I've heard about lupus, please could it be? And then I'm sure they would channel it through and then find out if it is.
Well, wrapping up on the conversation, Docas, is there a group that is helping people with such conditions, and how can people get to you?
Yeah, the Try group. There's a group where we meet, I think, first Sunday of the month at Christ the King. The number he...
Okay, so Doc's going to get to the but do any of your children have the condition?
No, please.
Okay.
No.
My kids, the first is 6 years, then 2 and 1 year.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So yes, it's called the Rheumatology Initiative.
Okay.
The Rheumatology Initiative. It's Try for short.
Okay.
And it is available in all the social media. You go to Facebook, you say Try Ghana, you get it. And it's a support group that helps people. It explains the disease to people and makes people get to know what it is. If you have any problem and you go there, you would get help. Yes. And then also they try to help those who get ill and cannot get their medication. So normally we solicit for support so that we would be able to do that. We are hoping that as we make so much lupus awareness to everyone, lupus medications will be added to the National Health Insurance medication so that it could lessen their burden.
Yeah.
And as we said, they are suffering inside without the general public knowing
what it is. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought we were going to put out a number.
The number?
Yes, I was trying to. They actually sent me the bank account number.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So
I think if viewers want to contact Doc at the Kolebu
rheumatology
unit.
Yes, rheumatology unit.
Okay.
It's on medical unit.
You can just go and look for Dr. Richard Doe.
Yeah.
And he will be an assistant to anything that you need. Doc, you still haven't seen the number.
Oh, I'll be able to get it.
Okay.
Okay. Or you can just get onto their social media
Yes,
platforms, right?
yes, yes.
You know, just get in touch, please. I think that the education has to keep going on, as Doc says.
Yeah.
People who are living with a condition know what they are going through.
Yeah.
And those of us our musical yeah, the
Yeah.
you know, those
True,
kind of things. So I think it's something that we need to pay attention to. So just go to the rheumatology unit.
So the number, the number you can call for the rheumatology unit is 059 199 0866. 059 199 0866. And that will send you to the rheumatology unit, and then we'll be able to help you for any help that you need.
I'm just putting it down just in case.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, Doc, thank you very, very much for coming.
Yeah.
Dr. Richard Doe is a specialist physician at the rheumatology unit at the Kolebu Teaching Hospital, and also Dorcas Mayor is a patient living with lupus, and as you can see, she's surviving. She's a warrior. She has 3 beautiful children, and it's not too late, no matter what the situation is. I mean, everyone is here to help. Thank you very, very much. I really, really appreciate your time. Okay, so we are going for a quick commercial break. When we return, sports is up next.